All right, let's just jump right in. Take a look at this headline: 6 things your brain needs every day to function at 100%. Wow. I mean, that's a seriously powerful promise, right? It just grabs you, makes you stop and think, what are they? It's like they're offering up the secret key to unlocking your brain's full potential. But here's the twist: we're not actually going to go through a list of 6 things today. Nope. What we are going to do is something way more interesting. We're going to look at why a promise like this is so powerful in the first place, and what it really says about how we all scroll and click through information online. You have to admit, headlines like this are they're masterfully crafted. They're literally engineered to make you slam on the brakes while you're scrolling through your feed. And the formula? It's genius. You take a really specific, easy to handle number, and you pair it with this massive, life-altering benefit. It's the perfect digital bait, a perfect hook. So to really get why this is so effective, let's do a little detective work. We're going to take this headline and just pull it apart piece by piece. We're going to deconstruct it to see the psychology humming away under the surface. Okay, first up, let's talk about this whole idea of a brain at 100%. I mean, what does that even mean scientifically? Is your brain like a phone battery that you can just check and say, oh, I'm at 85% today, need to charge up? Is it even measurable like that? Well, the short answer is not really. The thing is, brain function isn't one single thing. It's this mind-bogglingly complex web of processes all happening at once. Sure, scientists can measure stuff like blood flow in one part of your brain or electrical signals in another, but the idea of slapping one single percentage on the whole thing, like a 100% score, it's a huge oversimplification. Sounds amazing for sure, but it's just not a real scientific concept. All right, now let's look at the next key phrase, because this is where it gets even smarter. Adding the words every day. Oh, that is a stroke of genius. It takes this giant, kind of abstract goal, 100% brain, and suddenly makes it feel totally doable. It hints at a simple little checklist, a daily routine you can just follow, and bam, success. It makes it feel easy. And that right there, that leads us to maybe the single most powerful, most magnetic part of this entire headline: the number itself. The number 6. Think about that. It's not some ways to improve your brain or a few good ideas. Nope, it's 6. That specificity makes the whole thing feel so much more real, so concrete. It's not some endless list that's going to overwhelm you. It's small enough that you feel like you can handle it, but it's also big enough to feel like, yeah, that probably covers everything important. So why does this work so well on us? It's fascinating, really. Our brains are just hardwired to love numbered lists. For one, in this insane ocean of information we swim in every day, a list promises structure. It feels organized. 2, it just seems so manageable, so easy to digest. But the real secret weapon here is something called the curiosity gap. As soon as you see 6 things, your brain goes, wait, what are they? It creates this little mental itch that you just have to scratch. You feel this powerful pull to find out the answer and close that loop. All right, so we've picked apart the language, we've dug into the psychology. That curiosity gap is wide open. I think it's time we finally scratch that itch. Let's get to the list. So here it is, the big question. The one this entire headline was built to make us ask. So what are the 6 things? And here's the answer. Take a good look. What you're seeing on the screen right now, that is the entire source. The headline is all there is. There is no list, there are no 6 things. The hook is the entire story. And this just perfectly shows how so much of online media works, right? The main goal of a headline like this isn't always to give you information. It's to get you to click. It's built to create such a strong itch of curiosity that you can't help but try to scratch it. The real power isn't in any answer it might have. It's all in the question it makes you ask. Okay, so where does that leave us? You might feel a little cheated, but the real takeaway here isn't about being disappointed. It's actually really empowering, because now we can talk about how to navigate this stuff, how to be smarter consumers of information going forward. It really all boils down to this, doesn't it? The promise versus the reality. On one hand, you have the promise of a super simple quick fix, a secret list that solves a really complex problem. But on the other hand, there's the deeper reality. Brain health is a big, holistic thing. It's about sleep, what you eat, exercise, challenging your mind. The real stuff. And figuring that out requires digging into credible, detailed sources, not just clicking on a snappy headline. So the big takeaway, the thing you can actually use, is that we can build a better habit. And here's a tool that's way more valuable than any fake list could ever be. It's a little critical thinking checklist. First, always question those huge, vague promises, like 100%. Second, get a little skeptical when you see an easy answer for a really big problem. Third, and this is a big one, always ask, wait, who is telling me this? What's the source? And finally, just try to consciously choose credible expert info over the flashy stuff. Because when you get right down to it, the most important thing your brain needs every single day, it isn't going to be on some secret list. It's the very skill we're all using right here, right now. It's that habit of critical thinking, the ability to look past the shiny promise and try to understand what's really going on. And so I'll leave you with this to think about. The next time you're scrolling and you see one of those headlines offering a simple fix or a secret list, what's the very first question that's going to pop into your head?